champion player.
So, we had a lot of speculation here in the last game that why do we have Morris, and obviously the financials come in when we have an argument, we have a discussion. Why the financials come in play as well. That what is he doing? Why do we have Chris Morris, who's gotten the highest bid, and what contributions he has? The problem is we forget that we are playing a game of cricket, an extremely unpredictable game of cricket, and you never know whose day it may be, whose luck might play on that particular day, and what that player may end up doing. But what a time for Chris Morris to come in on the field, and what an innings he pulled off. What an important 36 off his willow to take his team to a stirring victory in a nail-biting finish tonight. It was it kept us on the edge of our seats.
All right. Romit, you must be a happy man today. Finally, Rajasthan are off the mark.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we nearly won the last game. And then again, when I saw Morris standing over there, but still, it was not about those 16 crores that was hurting me. What is hurting me is that, come on, man, even if it is 16,000, let's just win this match because you got those guts to do that. And that's what Morris is all about. It's not about how much you paid for him or how much you want from him. It's all about that how much he wants to give it to you. That's what Morris is all about. It's an absolute cricket package, and I had full faith in him. And the way Miller played today was brilliant. We made the stupidest of mistakes. All the other batsmen, playing cheeky shots and being very overconfident about the pitch and stuff. But these two guys definitely took us apart. They were like brilliant in the approach they had throughout the game.
Chavi, let me come back to you again. Romit mentioned that the RR guys probably played stupid shots or probably playing aggressive cricket, not assessing the wicket. Your take on it?
So I think sometimes the wicket has got a lot to play as well, and let's not take the credit away from the DC bowlers. They've got Chris Wokes. They've got Avesh Khan that has come out of the pool in blue, and he's been doing really well. He's been performing well. They have Rabada. And we know the kind of exposure that Rabada comes from. At a very young age, he's been exposed to so much international cricket that he basically knows how to get the batsman to play on his command. Then we have Ashwin, who's the master of the lot. And we have Tom Curran and Mark Stonis. So let's not take anything away from them. Yes, there was some very loose shots that were played, obviously. But in the game of T20, you've got to take all the risks possible, knowing the fact that there is a tough wicket. It's a 1 KD wicket at the end of the day. And we are all aware of what the 1 KD wicket can play, whether it's the second innings or whether it's, the fourth innings. And we see it in a test match. And like we usually have an opinion, that in a T20, it doesn't really matter. The wicket doesn't really matter. But let me tell you, the first 20 overs after they're bowled, you're talking about a 40-over game. If not in the first 30 overs, in the last 10 overs, the wicket will definitely show what its character really is. So we have to give that much respect to that soil that you're going to show your character, if not now, in a couple of overs. So I would say, yes, some misjudged shots played, but probably there was a misjudge of the delivery, misjudge of how the ball comes off the turf.
All right. Romit, happy with the innings. Miller, a blessing in disguise that Stokes was not there today and Miller came in and he proved his tag that he's worth for the team.
Yeah, of course. I mean, seeing Stokes on the bench, I was happy because I had a feeling that the stars are not in his character these days. But when Miller started playing a bit slow in the beginning, then I had sense, that he is building up his innings. He's just waiting for the right moment. And you can see those sixes, the amount of power and strength that came out from his willow. So definitely, Miller did the best thing that we could have had today. And that's where the result is, Morris had the platform to come out open and hit it.
Okay. Charvi, let me come and talk about Jaydev Unadkar. He was one player who has been trolled heavily because there was a time when he was $1 million baby. He couldn't perform time and again. And today was his day. He got that crucial 3 wickets. And then with the bat also, he was handy. Chavi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. again, a day for a player. So this day was named for Jaydev Unatkar, was named for Chris Morris. Let's put it up that way. However, Jaydev Unatkar has been, I wouldn't say absolutely consistent, but he has been performing especially on the time when he's actually required to perform with the ball as well. When he was with, if you look at some of the previous IPLs as well, he's come at crucial times and bowled really, really good deliveries. He's taken those crucial wickets. He's bowled those tight lines and tight overs, not given away too many runs. Picked up 3 wickets today for just 15 runs. So that's a very good improvement that you come from. And let's not forget, after all the criticism, when the player goes back after a particular season, they've got 11 months to work on things that they missed out on. So he's definitely done his homework. He's worked even more hard. So I wouldn't take it away from him. In a game of T20, it is preferred that you have 11 all-rounders. We're seeing the game evolve. We need specialists, but we also need all-rounders, because at the tail end, you need somebody who can come and hit those big shots. And if he's been able to hit those 11 of just 7 deliveries, then kudos to him. All pats on the back for him.
We'll welcome our analyst Gurkirat from Delhi. A touch disappointed. Gurkirat, tell me something. Did Delhi people not read the pitch properly? They went too hard in the beginning?
Most days I would have been disappointed with such a loss, but today I am very happy. I'll tell you why. I thought Delhi lost the game at the toss itself. Not because they lost the toss, but because of the 11 that they played. How do you continue to play someone like an Ajinkya Rahane in the 11 after seeing what he has done in the last 4 seasons of IPL? His last 4 seasons of IPL, his average is 26 and his strike rate is 122. Strike rate of 122 for a batsman who's majorly opened and come out to bat in the power play. That is not even 7.5 runs and over. Okay, you don't need a collapse arrester in T20, especially not when you are playing in Wankhede. Even if you need that, you have Rishabh Pant who can do that, who's done it in test matches against better bowling attacks. So you don't, when I saw that Lalit Yadav was getting his cap, I thought Ajinkya Rahane will go out. Delhi have strengthened the batting in the finishing department. I was shocked to see Amit Mishra getting dropped. If you see the numbers of Jos Buttler, Sanju Samson and Riyan Parag versus leg spin, you will find out that they really don't play leg spin that well. This whole Rajasthan Royals batting lineup, they enjoy the ball coming onto the bat and they don't really. And Amit Mishra is not some other spinner who beats the batsman off the pitch. He deceives in the air. And on grounds like Wankhede, where the boundary is so small, the ball comes onto the bat brilliantly. You need spinners who can deceive in the air. So that was one wrong decision. The other was dropping Shimron Hetmeyer for Tom Curran. Anyone who's been watching cricket in the last 5 months would have predicted Tom Curran to go for runs at the death. I don't think anyone is even a tiny bit surprised with what happened in the last over. Everyone saw it coming that it is going to be a slower ball. And I'll tell you one more thing. Tom Curran didn't bowl a very good 18th over also. He bowled, I think, 3 or 4 deliveries in the slot for Morris and he was under pressure and missed it. The match should have been over in the 18th over itself where he should have gone for at least 15 runs. So Delhi taking this match this far only talks of the depth of their side. Had they won it, they would have probably continued with the same 11, which would have been catastrophic in the longer run. You cannot be having the likes of Ajinkya Rahane and Tom Curran playing the 11 when you have the likes of Steve Smith, Sam Billings, Hetmeyer, Amit Mishra, Ishant Sharma, Umesh Yadav on the bench. You purely deserve to lose this game for the playing 11 you've put out on the park. So I am being brutally honest about it. I am very happy that they have lost because it's that foolish of a playing 11 choice. Because we saw what Tom Curran was going for in the ODI series. He was going for 65 runs in his last 5 overs. How could you have expected him to bowl 4 overs that to 2 at the death? If you ask me, Rishabh Pant did everything that he could have done in this game because he bowled his best bowlers up front and reduced Rajasthan 5 down in the first 10 overs to ensure that the match goes longer. But if you are going to play with 4 proper bowlers in Wankhede, 99 times out of 100 you deserve to lose. And it's not that, of course, Chris Morris batted brilliantly in that 19th over. The first 6 was obviously in the slot, but the second 6, he was completely beaten for room and everything. It was a brilliant shot. So They deserve to lose that for the 11 that they played. The tactics and everything else come in later. Simply put.
Well, there is strong statements from our old dear friend Gurkirat. He is not happy about the playing 11. Let me welcome Neeraj on the show. Neeraj,
Hi everyone.
hi Neeraj. Disappointed like Gurkirat?
I'm totally agree with Gurpreet about his views for the playing 11. I was also shocked with the selection of Tom Curran instead of other Indian bowlers we have. We have a chance to give Steven Smith in the team in the playing 11 instead of Ajinkya Rahane, and we can go with another fast bowler like Umesh Yadav. We have other fast bowlers of the Indian squad. So I don't think so that Tom Curran played his part very well. And the way he was bowling, I don't think so that he was into the game at any point. And today, it is totally up to the game of Chris Morris, the way he played. And the Delhi doesn't lose the game to the whole Rajasthan Royals. They lose the game only for two players, that is Miller and Morris.
Another thing that I want to add, why it made sense for a Shimron Hetmeyer to continue. The two spinners that Rajasthan played today were Rahul Tewatia and Rian Parag. Both of them predominantly bowl leg spin. It's a very good matchup for any left-handed batsman. And obviously you don't know what spinners they are going to play. Probably they would have played even a Shreyas Gopal also. So they would have had three leg spinners, and you go on to drop one of your most explosive left-handed batsmen to play Tom Curran.
And one more thing. Ashwin really bowled 3 overs very well. He just gave only 14 runs in his 3 overs, and he didn't get a chance to bowl his fourth over.
Guys,
so well.
What can I say? Means everybody likes
that's the thing. The point when he introduced Stoinis in the game, they lose the game. That was the game-changing over. After that,
I am loving this. रोमित देख के मजा ले रहा है कि भैया आज राजस्थान ने हवा गुल कर दी है दिल्ली के ये साइड ने. रोमित क्या बोलोगे? अब क्या बोलना चाहोगे कि क्या कर दिया दिल्ली ने?
Actually, you know what? Until the last game when Delhi had won against Chennai Super Kings, everyone was gaga. And let me tell you, Gurkirat, every batsman likes the ball to come on the willow. So it's not a rocket science, actually. What happened is that we had the same team like last time. We were confident that Rajasthan Royals had a good strength at the bench because it has been an underrated team for last couple of seasons. Hetmeyer would not have done something extraordinary, to be honest.
No,
if you look into
his, no. It's not about extraordinary.
Hello, guys. This is not the show. I want the banter to go on, but the nation wants to know why Ajinkya Rahane was taken.
I completely disagree because if you look at the Sharjah game in the last IPL, against the very same opposition, Shimron Hetmeyer scored a brilliant 47, and he was the difference between Delhi winning and reaching 185 on that pitch instead of folding up for a 160, which turned out to be the difference between Delhi winning that game or Rajasthan winning that game. And it's not necessary that all batsmen love the ball coming onto the bat. There are a lot of batsmen who struggle with genuine pace. Someone like a Nicholas Puran, he doesn't enjoy pace more than what he enjoys spin. So I don't agree with that. And the other thing being, like I was saying, about the bowling. Like I said, Amit Mishra had to play because Joss Butler averages around 30 and strikes at 124 versus leg spin. And Amit Mishra is the second highest wicket taker of IPL. And if you saw him bowl in the last game, you realize that he still had that loop and everything to trouble the batsman. The only thing that Rishabh Pant did wrong today was not complete Ravichandran Ashwin's over.
Exactly.
But I don't think that would have made much of a difference anyway. Because
that's not a mistake, na?
That's a mistake. That's a mistake.
See, even if Delhi would have won the game today, I would have still criticized that 11. A lot of mistakes, you don't pay for them because the other team plays more poorly than what you have done. So I don't think it's still a mistake, but I still think that David Miller was being very calculative enough, and he would have taken chances against those remaining overs of Tom Curran, or if he had stayed. And that is what even Morris did today. When you have 35 runs to chase in last 3 overs at Wankhede, and 2 of those overs are going to be bowled by Tom Curran or Marcus Stoinis, you will always be in the game. So that is pretty much there. on the whole, I am very happy that they have lost this game, because that sort of ensures that this.
We are also happy. We are also happy.
You are definitely happy.
This 11 shouldn't be playing.
Let me get Charvi into the show. Charvi is the neutral party. I'm enjoying this, but we have to wrap up the show. Charvi, your quick take on what Gurkirat has been saying about the playing 11 of Delhi.
Sir, on a given day for the game, again, I will stick to my point and I'll stand my point to say that yes, we could have multiple criticisms. We can point a finger and say this player didn't do this player didn't do that. And I agree with Gurkirat that when you know there is a player who's not been consistently performing, for what particular reason is he there in the playing 11? Why not try another player who could actually do something good for your team and contribute to your team, and bring them on board and at least give them that opportunity? They're sitting on the bench. Rather, they come in the field. Perhaps for all you know, they'll contribute, whether with the bad ball or, in the field. Ajinkya Rahane consistently has not been performing for the longest time, especially in the IPL format. So those will be certain decisions that Delhi Capitals will have to take. Also, Rishabh Pant is a very, very young captain. And he's got so many other seniors with him in the lineup. So only we would perhaps not know what would be the conversations happening at the back end. Playing 11, strong, not strong on that given day, it's the player's day.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about Ajinkya Rahane. Let me tell you something, sir. With my prediction, and you please come back to me in the next DC game. If Ajinkya Rahane is in the playing 11, that man's going to perform.
He performed in one game that he played out of.
I agree. I agree.
So,
I agree.
I'm just.
You agree because he
keeping
was
performing in one game doesn't make anyone a T20 player. He scored 100
He's
against
not a
Delhi in
T10.
2019
He's not.
IPL also.
Ajinkya Rahane, right from day one, was never a
That
T20
doesn't.
player. He was never a
eventually
T20.
So eventually his selection is still not justified. He might
His
perform.
selection is not justified. I'm not saying that his selection is justified. All I'm trying to say is that there are some players that you can't. They're not T20 players, but if they're consistently being bought in the forefront, then they either do something about it, or then the management take a decision and say that this is not what we want. We want to bring somebody else. So in the next DC game, we'll either see him not on the playing 11, but if he's there on the playing 11, he's got added pressure to perform.
Yeah.
All right.
End of the
Guys,
day,
I
it's
enjoyed
like
this show. Romit, sorry, I have to
Delhi-
cut you here.
I think
because
Delhi.
we have to.
Just final
Romit.
thoughts. I think Delhi are playing Punjab in that next game, and if I look at the makeup of the Punjab bowling, there is Meredith, there is Richardson, there is Shami, and there is Arshdeep Singh, and probably one more spinner will play. It would either be Bishnoi or Murugan Ashwin. Probably Bishnoi will play because Murugan Ashwin went for runs. Against that bowling attack, even if Ajinkya Rahane is scoring runs, he is doing that at strike rate of 125, which is not good enough for one kid. So it's not just about scoring runs. It's also
Gurkirat,
about
we'll take your point about Ajinkya Rahane. Romit, you should enjoy this win today. Neeraj, take a, अच्छे से सोना है आपको. Delhi फिर वापस आएगी. Thank you very much,
Definitely we will
Charvi.
come back.
It was a fantastic show, and we hopefully will catch up. Make sure to try and share these videos if you like the video. If you like the
yeah,
show,
of course.
we are all trying
Sure.
to live our passion. Okay, guys, sleep well, enjoy, and we'll catch up with you guys soon. Gurkirat, take
Thank
care,
you.
and I'm sure Rahane का message मैं पहुंचा दूंगा Ponty के पास.
Please,
Bye bye, guys.
please
Bye.
do it.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
रिलीज होना
Bye,
चाहिए
bye, bye,
अगले
bye.
ऑप्शन से पहले.
Bye.
हो जाएगा. Bye bye.
Bye.